Welcome to the channel about a healthy lifestyle.
As soon as you take your first puff with a cigarette, your blood vessels instantly dilate, but this situation does not last long. Very quickly this is replaced by a sharp vasoconstriction, and this effect lasts much longer. This is why smokers usually have high blood pressure. If you decide to stop smoking, in the first 20 minutes your nicotine will start, and in about an hour, the nicotine concentration in your blood will be halved. It is during this period that you will want to smoke again because the addiction to nicotine is the strongest. After about 10 hours, your blood is almost completely free of nicotine and you'll have a higher oxygen level in your blood, and after 13 your blood pressure will finally be back to normal, as the hypertonicity of the vascular walls will be eliminated. About a day after you quit smoking, your heart rate and force will normalize, and then it gets even more interesting. After about 2 days, a lot of people's sense of smell and taste increases. This is a thing that has been described by many smokers who have smoked for years and quit. Funny and interesting metamorphoses began to happen to their sense of smell and taste. But 3 days after quitting smoking, you start to sweat a lot. This is due to the detoxification process. After a week, you will notice how your skin color has improved and your skin has started to look healthier overall. What's more, even the smell of your skin may come out more pleasant. In as little as a month, the appearance of a smoker is greatly improved. As a rule of thumb, the wet cough that might have been there goes away, and the state of the immune system comes back to normal. And only after 2 months, there is a complete cleansing of the body and blood from toxins. And, finally, the metabolism is normalized, appetite becomes stable and constant, as does the digestive process. If some people have weight jumps after smoking, after 2 months later, it starts to come back to normal. After 3 months, you'll notice your brain starting to work better, your memory and cognitive abilities improve. Moreover, after 3 months you will also notice that your muscles are recovering faster as well, and in general, respond better to exercise. After 4 months, your tooth enamel is finally noticeably whiter, and your hormone tests will show a return to normal. Amazingly, the whole 4 months after quitting smoking, the hormones couldn't come back to normal in most smokers. How long it takes to restore that healthy background, and in 6 months after quitting smoking, the work of internal organs including the gallbladder and liver, and the final complete purification and absolute return to the normal healthy basic state takes place about year after quitting, and statistically, 5 years after quitting smoking, the likelihood of cancer is already halved. And how do you quit smoking? There are 2 popular answers to this question. The first is to quit immediately. Here's an instant: smoke and quit the last cigarette. You throw it away and never touch it again. And the second method to quit smoking, it's gradual. That is, I smoked 20 cigarettes a day, then 19, 18, and so gradually reduce. Which of these options is more correct? Most researchers assure that it's actually much more effective to quit all at once, rather than gradually. This way your chances of success are greatly increased, and very rarely the person who quits gradually eventually comes to success. As a rule, these people get frustrated with these tactics. Some people switch to e-cigarettes, believing that either it will somehow help to quit gradually or maybe it is a safer alternative. In fact, that it will help you quit smoking is a total misconception. It won't help you quit smoking. And the fact that it's safer is also a very dubious thesis, because there are more and more studies coming out lately that say it's not that it's less harmful, it's either just as harmful, and some studies even assure that it's more harmful. Either way, no one claims it's safe, it's just as bad for your health, but you also have to quit smoking, as they call it, wisely. There is a certain set of recommendations that must be followed. The first thing you need to keep in your head is definitely motivation, which must be very strong and very convincing, and the decision to quit must be unequivocally firm. A person must not have any buts, ifs, and so on in their head. None of this, I quit and that's it. Next, it is very important to take vitamins and minerals. Of course, it's optimal to start eating appropriate foods. That is a healthy diet. If you don't have that option, at least take vitamins and minerals in the form of supplements. Nicotine is, in a sense, an antagonist of vitamin C and vitamin B, It levels out their effects in the body, and so it is these vitamins that need to be replenished. There is also the recommendation to exercise when you quit smoking. This also helps a lot, but here it is recommended to make a choice in favor of moderate physical activity, not intensive. In other words, it is either brisk walking or jogging. In general, a light non-intensive cardio load, but if you've been weightlifting your whole life before, that's certainly not a reason to give it up. Athletic exercise works in two ways. First, it helps speed up the metabolism in the body and accelerate its detoxification, that is, the removal of toxins. And secondly, the psychological factor. Exercise is, after all, a new habit that occupies our brain with something new, interesting, and fascinating. If a smoker has a lot of free time, he doesn't know what to do, then quitting smoking will be real torture for him, because what else is there to occupy his hands than to grab another cigarette? After all, it's so familiar. While sports, walking and light exercise is a great ways to divert your attention. Next, it is very important to take vitamins and minerals. Of course, it's optimal to start eating appropriate foods, that is a healthy diet. If you don't have that option, at least take vitamins and minerals in the form of supplements. Nicotine is, in a sense, an antagonist of vitamin C and vitamin B. It levels out their effects in the body, and so it is these vitamins that need to be replenished. There is also the recommendation to exercise when you quit smoking. This also helps a lot, but here it is recommended to make a choice in favor of moderate physical activity, not intensive. In other words, it is either brisk walking or jogging. In general, a light non-intensive cardio load, but if you've been weightlifting your whole life before, that's certainly not a reason to give it up. Athletic exercise works in two ways. First, it helps speed up the metabolism in the body and accelerate its detoxification, that is, the removal of toxins. And secondly, the psychological factor. Exercise is, after all, a new habit that occupies our brain with something new, interesting, and fascinating. If a smoker has a lot of free time, he doesn't know what to do, then quitting smoking will be real torture for him, because what else is there to occupy his hands than to grab another cigarette? After all, it's so familiar. While sports, walking and light exercise is a great ways to divert your attention, and, of course, the support factor is important, or it's family, a loved one, or maybe the doctor that you're under the care of. By the way, quitting smoking for an inveterate smoker under the supervision of a physician, that's also a very advisable recommendation. Well, friends, I want to wish you good health and no smoking. And if you do smoke, I still wish you to quit, of course, this bad habit. And by the way, please write in the comments, do you smoke or not? Or maybe quit smoking? Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. At the bottom of the video, you will find a lot more useful information. All the best to you.
I wish you health.